What's happening, everyone? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Just wanted to hop on here and I guess give some ideas. If you're like me, you're probably still not done with your Christmas shopping yet. Maybe you haven't even begun your Christmas shopping yet. It's funny how every year I always say, you know what, I'm not gonna wait till the last minute. I'm gonna begin to start doing some things even before Black Friday, and it never happens. Wanted to share some ideas, things that I've picked up over the years that could potentially help you to not break the bank doing your Christmas shopping. First and foremost, obviously, Christmas is about family. Christmas is about time of thanksgiving and gratitude. There shouldn't be any guilt around not being able to give someone a gift. You know, at the end of the day, it's the thought that matters, and there's many things that you can give people. You can give the gift of time, you can give, maybe make a gift, whatever. And we're going to get into some of that stuff for ideas, but at the end of the day, you should never have so much pressure on yourself that you're willing to literally go into credit card debt. Obviously, that's not very wise. It's definitely not a holiday that should be at a tremendous amount of pressure, unnecessary anxiety around the idea that if you can't swing it this year, and let's face it, guys, the last couple years, inflation's been pretty serious. I mean, all of the costs across the board have gone up. The resources and the excess money is just not there. So it doesn't make sense, and it's definitely not a wise investment to spend a bunch of money on credit cards and pay for it in the future just because you feel the need of showing up with some sort of a gift or whatever. I promise you, your family will understand, that loved one will understand, and you don't have to come in empty-handed. We're gonna kind of get into that. I wanted to share some ideas of what you can do to, again, not go into debt or break the bank in order to give a present or gifts this Christmas. And this includes if you have children, grandchildren, things like that. So the first thing you want to do is you want to set a budget, right? So every year we would always set a budget for our kids so that you can be able to afford it, not go into debt, give those gifts to your kids. And I promise you, your kids will be grateful for whatever you give them. You have set a budget for a particular person, and the money you're spending comes in a little bit less of that budget. Now you've got a little extra money you can spend on the next person. But again, ideally, you don't want to leave or go above that budget. You want to make sure that budget is set for you and what you're going to spend for those individuals. Another way to save money would be shop year round. There's many sales that go on throughout the year. I know Amazon has different, they have a July push as well as around Black Friday. Now they're starting to get to a point where they're just doing sales and discounts all the time. Obviously, there's stores that do different types of discounts. You can go online and find coupons, things like that. My mother-in-law used to do that. She would shop year round, and by the time Christmas came around, she had all her shopping done. So little anxiety at all. But again, that takes a little bit of discipline and forward thinking to be able to do that. But shopping year round is one idea that can help you save money and potentially get you into that Christmas season without having to stress about getting out there, breaking through the crowds and all that kind of stuff, something I personally do not like to do. One of the things that you can do is give the gift of time, right? Creating memories. One year, my wife said, I want to give the gift of a memory, a gift of adventure to our kids. Take them on a trip. So instead of spending that collective money on the new iPhone or the this or the that, again, taking that money collectively and giving them the gift of an adventure. Taking them on a trip, taking them to a theme park, taking them on a small weekend getaway, creating memories. Guys, the people are going to remember that. Your kids are going to remember that. Your grandkids are going to remember that a lot more than they are getting the next Lego set or the next puzzle or the next book or the next video game or whatever the case may be. Those are things that last forever. Those memories, those joyous memories of creating those experiences are awesome. So the gift of time is another option. Instead of spending money, you can give the gift of time. You can spend it on an adventure, or you can just spend time. Take somebody to lunch and you can keep that budget low and just spend time, hang with them, play games with them, whatever the case may be. If you don't have a lot of money and you don't think the gift of time is a huge thing, then you can make something. Guys, you can literally make cookies, you can make buckeyes, you can make a craft, you can make ornaments, you can do all kinds of different things, and people love that kind of stuff because, again, at the end of the day, it was your time and effort and energy put into it. Going and buying a gift is one thing. There's a little bit of time and energy into that because you went and shopped and you actually worked for the money. But when you sit down and actually make something from your hands and be creative, that is also an awesome, awesome thing. I know I love getting gifts. I always used to love getting gifts for my kids. of course, kids are making things in art school and art class and those types of things. They would bring them to, to the Christmas and have them wrapped, and you'd open them up and, it was a clay thing, or it was some sort of a picture or whatever. Those brought more joy to me than a shirt or a sweater. All of those gifts are fine and they're awesome. But again, a gift of taking the time to create something with your hands and your time is something that you can also do with. And then the other thing is gift exchanges. Have your grandkids exchange names and have your kids exchange names, so that maybe not so many gifts, or you can give a gift to an entire family, just one gift that blesses the family for their home, would help save a little bit of budget. I know, every year we do what's called the white elephant exchange, which we grab some things around the house and we distribute it amongst each other. And sometimes people get a good gift, but it's just fun. Again, it's the whole meaning and reason for Christmas is not about all this pressure to perform and to have some awesome gifts, and if you don't, you're somehow less than. Again, go back to my video last week about self-image. None of that determines who you are. Who you are is just who you are. You show up to be the best version of yourself. And if things are tight this year, if you're trying to pay bills down and things like that, don't feel this enormous amount of pressure that you got to go out and buy lots of gifts. The other thing is you don't have to buy lots of gifts. Just buy one gift. Instead of buying 3 gifts like you normally would, just buy one. If time allots it, or make a gift, whatever it is. But I encourage you and I recommend, don't go into debt. Don't put a ton of stress on yourself just to try to perform, to give some gifts. I can't even tell you a gift I received from my grandparents or from my aunt and uncle 3 years ago. I couldn't even tell you. Again, but I could tell you adventures that I've been on. I can tell you, the last gift that I got from somebody that was an experience, that we went to a certain place last year or whatever. Those have stuck out more to me than somebody that gave me, a book or gave me something. Just to keep that in mind. Again, be grateful for all that you get and for all that you have. And don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. So I hope that's been helpful to you. Just wanted to kind of throw that in there, just kind of mix it up a little bit as we're going into the Christmas season. I hope you have a great Merry Christmas. Don't stress the small stuff. Do what you can and let the chips fall where they may. So have a great rest of your day. Until next time, bye for now.